Okay, welcome back. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to have it so that when you destroy all of the aliens, the game engine will keep track of that, and then some text will pop up saying you win or victory, and then maybe let the player reload the game so they can play again. Okay, so we're going to go to level 1, events. We're going to add an event. This time we're going to go to actors, and you'll see that there's a section here that says created or dies, and we're going to choose this middle one here, actor of type. Okay, so we're going to say when actor type, and we're going to say enemy alien, and we're going to say is killed. Okay, so now to put inside here, we need something that's going to keep track of the number of aliens that are getting killed. So whenever we want to keep track of something, it's an attribute. So we're going to come here to attributes, and we're going to click on create, and this one's going to be called, let's call it victory counter, and it's going to be a number because we're going to keep track of it, and we'll say OK. Okay, so now we need that when an enemy is killed, we want to increase the victory counter by 1. So we're going to go to numbers and text, and we're going to go here and choose this one here, increment, and we're going to say increment, and we want to make sure it says victory counter, and we're going to say by 1. Okay, so that's just going to basically be keeping track of a number, and eventually when it reaches 3, because I have 3 aliens on here, it will then do something. Okay, so we're going to now add an event, and it's going to be basics and when updating, because we want this to keep track of this always, right? And we're going to say, we're going to go to flow, and we're going to put an if block in here. And we're going to click on this little one here, and we're going to say if and we're going to do a comparison, and we're going to do blank equals blank. And we're going to say if, and in the first one, we're going to say if, okay, and we're going to go to number and attributes, and we're going to say victory counter. So if victory counter equals 3, which is the number of my aliens, then it's going to go ahead and execute the code down here. Okay, so now to execute the code down here, we actually need to create a new attribute. We need to basically ask the game engine, did the player win? Question mark. And the answer is either yes or no. So the game engine has to check that. Did the player win? So we're going to create an attribute to do that. Create an attribute. And we're going to call this one win, question mark. And the type this time is not going to be a number, it's going to be a Boolean. That's not Boolean, it's Boolean. And that basically is a yes or no statement, or true and false. So is the door open? Yes or no. Did the player win? Yes or no. Does the player have a key? Yes or no. So we're going to say that, and we're going to say OK. And now we've got another one here, and you can see it says Boolean getters, and we've got Boolean setters, and there we are. Okay, and we're going to now go here to setters because we want to set the statement, and we're going to set this one here, set win to blank, and we're going to put that right here. Okay, and then in this little empty one here, we're going to find, we're looking for the true block, so comparison, and you see that Booleans can either be true or false, on or off, yes or no, you get the idea, hopefully. So this is going to be set to true. So it's always counting, or it's always updating, and if the victory counter equals 3, set the win to true. And then what we'll do is we'll say if win equals true, then show the text. That's basically our code explained. Okay, so now to finish this up, we're going to do one more event, basics, and this time we're going to do when drawing. And this is the first time in our class that we've used this. Now, most of you are going to think when drawing, you're going to think drawing some graphics or painting or something like that. Drawing on in a game engine means basically placing on the screen, so drawing it on the screen, and it's usually meant for text. So we're going to say when drawing, and we're going to come over here and we want to use a font. So we're going to go here to the drawing category, and let's see if we see it here. Not quite seeing it. Let's go styles. We're looking for one that says set font. Transforms. Nope. Okay. Just search. Okay, here we go. So I typed in font, and this is the blue block that we want. Set current font to font. And I'm going to just right mouse click on this because I'm kind of curious as to where it exists. Okay. So it is there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it and place it here, and I'm going to set current font to and choose my font, and there's my Win font. So pretty good there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go to the flow category and grab an if block, and inside this little block here, I'm going to look for the attribute that we made called Win. So it's basically saying if Win is correct, so if the player has won, what do you want it to do? And we want it to actually place text on the screen. But instead of placing text, we're going to call it drawing text. So I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to click on the drawing category, and we'll do drawing. And we're going to grab this very first block right here called draw text anything at XY. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this out right here. And inside this tiny little box, I'm going to go ahead and put in word victory. Okay, so there it is there. That's the text. You're not going to write a whole paragraph here. If you want to do more text, we would have to talk about that. And for the X and the Y, now what you're going to do is you're going to go back here to the Scene tab, and you're going to need to put your mouse pointer where you want the text to go and kind of figure that out. And what you'll see is in the bottom right-hand corner, it's going to tell you the X and the Y value. So I think it starts over here on the left-hand side from where the mouse goes. So if I want it here, I'm going to kind of choose that. So I'm going to say 60 and 170. And let's see if that works out. So 60, 170. All right, we'll give this a shot. So I can see that I have not set up my interactions with the aliens, so I need to do that. Okay, so I'm back on my enemy alien, and yeah, I just forgot to do the code, so oh well. Okay, so I'm going to do add event, collisions, and I'm going to choose actor of type, and I'm going to say when enemy self hits actor player laser, what's gonna happen. Now it'd kind of be cool to, like we talked about in class, to actually give the alien some health. Maybe give the alien a health of 3. So I'm going to need to do an attribute, create an attribute, and this is going to be enemy health, and that's going to be a number. Okay, good. Okay, so I just paused there for a second because something didn't seem quite right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and actually delete this event here, and I'm going to open up my asteroid, and I'm just going to copy and paste code from my asteroid over to my alien. Why recreate it from scratch, right? Okay, so before I do that though, I'm going to go to my player laser, and here's some good code. This is where the laser hits the asteroid and then it sets off a trigger. So I'm going to go ahead and right mouse click that, and I'm going to say duplicate, and so there I've got one there. It's like a copy, and I'm going to say in this one, this is going to be when the laser hits the alien, it's going to trigger an event. So in this one, I'm going to call this one enemy hit. Okay, nice and simple. Okay, so now I'm going to copy and paste things from the asteroid over to the enemy. So, alright, so I'm going to start with this one here called Set Asteroid Health. So I'm going to right mouse click, choose copy, come over here to the alien, right mouse click, paste. Okay, so this is Set Asteroid Health. I'm going to change that to Set Enemy Health. Makes sense. Cool. This blue one is wrong. I'm going to go over here to Attributes, Setters, and I'm going to set Enemy Health. I'm going to set Enemy Health to, let's just make it 4, so they're twice as strong as the asteroids. Okay, so when the game is created, the enemy is got 4 hits. Okay, then there's going to be this custom event. So again, right mouse click, copy, right mouse click, paste. Okay, so the custom event says when this trigger happens, decrease the enemy health by 1. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and copy this trigger name so I don't misspell it. Paste it. Okay. So when the enemy hit trigger happens, decrease enemy health by 1. And then it's already got the flash effect in there, so that's pretty cool. And then I'm going to take this updating code, paste it over here, and instead of the health asteroid, it's going to be enemy health, and that's going to go in there. And there we go. Okay, so this basically is what, when it reaches 0, it's going to then kill the enemy. So not a whole lot of work when you do copy and paste, so I'm going to go ahead and try that now. Okay, so I'm back. Go ahead and fire. Okay, so it looks like it got destroyed, so that's good. But I'm not seeing a flash. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. There's the flash. So that's good. Okay, so there we go. So the text does pop up, so that is very cool. It needs to move over, and I just died there. It needs to move over to the left a little bit more, so I'll fix that, but it's the font that I downloaded, which is pretty cool. Looks like a little Pokemon here in the middle, and that is working. So not too bad. Okay, I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to change, instead of 60, I'm going to make it 50, so that way it's a little further over to the left, and that's it. Okay, everybody, I think that's it for this one. That's a pretty good amount. That's 3 screencasts, and I wish you luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.